because that's on us. It's the holding steadfast in them when it comes to other people and external circumstances that can cause a bit of a ruckus, some friction, and plenty of deep breaths, as we have the courage of our convictions. We're all worthy of boundaries that keep us safe, happy, and healthy. It's in our cohabiting with others in a safe, comfortable, and healthy way where boundaries are vulnerable to going off script. We want others to be happy, and might forego our happiness for that to happen. It's not our role in life to sidestep, duck, or move out of the way to make life easier for others. It's truly not. We're allowed to take up space too. We're allowed to feel joyous, heard, seen, significant, equal, lit up by life, and as though we matter. And so here we are, about to dive headfirst into a book about boundaries, a book that explores our understanding of what boundaries are and how they can be applied to different situations, allow us to find our feet and our voices, and unpick the unhelpful lessons we've learned along the way. You can start by asserting your boundaries in how you use this book. Perhaps you'll listen to it from cover to cover and return to the worksheets after that. You might dive into the chapters that speak loudly to you as areas of your life in which you feel you have boundary deficits. And you might tackle the worksheets first to help figure out what's causing the most amount of life chafing for you right now. There might be writing in the margins, highlighting, screenshotting, and talking to others about what crops up. Your book, your way. XO, Jayne. P.S. You can find me online. Come and say hi. At Twitter and Instagram, JayneHardy_. 1. Who am I to write this book? When I started learning about the concept of boundaries, it was like opening a window into a parallel world, a world where I felt more in control, calmer, and not so trodden on. A place where I had a say, was heard, and was not afraid to challenge the status quo. It was somewhere I could sense my backbone, stand tall, feel better, and not be scared to take up space. Albeit that world made me panic slightly at what all of that meant for someone who had lived their life thus far, people-pleasing. How on earth did I get there from where I was? That window into a parallel, magical, healthy boundary world came from a really tough period in my life, and it would take considerable time before I felt brave enough and centered enough to start constructing boundaries that served my health and happiness, without feeling incredibly selfish for doing so. Boundaries are a funny old thing. They can keep us safe, they can keep everything out, but they can also keep us in our place. To challenge them often means going against a grain that somebody somewhere has carved out. For as long as I can remember, I wanted to be a good girl. It felt like high praise from my parents and teachers, and so I became intuitive about what that meant for me. Doing as I was told, not causing trouble, and avoiding disappointing anyone or being told off. It also meant I tied my worth to receiving that praise, which I held in such high esteem. It meant an awful lot to me that I was viewed in a certain way, and I most definitely wanted to be liked. We won't ever be everyone's cup of tea, but boy, I tried. Inevitably, someone somewhere wouldn't like me, and I would replay every word, every look, every action to understand why, and what I must have done wrong. The onus in my head was always that I was at fault, that I was to blame, that there must be something wrong with me. Notice, too, that I didn't give space to how I felt about others and whether I liked them or not. Anyone and their dog were welcome to take up my headspace. I learned to become a chameleon. I identified behaviors that I could change into, like one might change an outfit for a different occasion. These behaviors meant I could adopt and adapt and align with whoever I was with. The result? I never really felt as though I fit in anywhere.